Yeah, here I am. Here we are. Yes, another week.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. And I only say it like that because in my last video, which was 2 weeks ago, I gave this whole 30-second spiel about how I would be posting regularly and I would be posting consistently. Remember when I used to post like 3 videos a week? Yeah, neither do I. Was it a fever dream? Maybe. But I digress, and I digress because I can't accept total responsibility for my absence. Because if I were to tell you, if I had to explain to you the things that have been happening to me over the past 2 weeks, if I had to explain to you the situations and the circumstances that have been thrust onto my lap, we'd be here forever. And the thing is, I don't think you'd believe me. I think you'd call me a liar because it seems like it was it seems like the perfect sitcom. It seems like somebody sat down and penned all of the things that they wanted to happen to me during this week. And while I sit down and now that I'm not in it anymore and we're at the tail end of everything that happened, I can hindsight is 2020 and I can have a key and I can have a laugh. But while I was in it, no ma'am, like it made no sense for me to like sit down and try to salvage content that anybody might want to see. So here we are. Somebody tried to plot on my downfall, but it takes way more than that to keep a bad bitch down. So that's all that I have to say on that. But for today's video, I wanted to get back into the swing of filming and editing, and hopefully it shouldn't be too long because I just have like a couple of things that I want to say about topics that I wasn't able to film an entire video on. Things that I've just been ruminating on over the past 2 weeks. The first thing that I want to talk about is Astroworld and how all of y'all ain't shit. So I think I was scrolling through, I can't remember what night it was. I can't remember when all of this happened, but I was on Twitter. It was after midnight, probably 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm not exactly sure. And that's when all of the information about Astroworld and everything that was happening, that's when it started to pour out. And y'all couldn't wait 2 seconds. Y'all couldn't wait 2 minutes. Y'all couldn't wait for people to properly grieve. You couldn't wait for people to accurately assess the information that we were given. Y'all went to victim blaming. This is just like a critique on some of the really bad opinions, the really bad takes that I've been seeing. I am a stan. If you've been here for any length of time, you know that. It's not a secret. I don't shy away from my stan activities. I'm working on a video on fandom, but that's for a whole other that's for another day. I don't shy away from that. But at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, and I'm not here to intellectualize the reasons why people support Travis Scott, or the people who support Travis Scott, why they can't see his wrongdoing in the situation. But what I will say, I won't mince words. Like something is desperately wrong with y'all. Everybody who maintains that he has no fault in this situation, y'all are 10 toes down defending this man. Like, I promise you, you're not his lawyer. Like, nothing will happen if you just sit down to say, oh, that was fucked up. Travis and his entire team fucked up. Because here is the thing. This has happened before at Travis Scott concerts. This is the kind of behavior that he encourages, which is why he was out here deleting tweets telling people to rage and tell people to burst through barriers and all. Like, he actively encouraged this behavior. This is what he told people to do. So when we sit down and we try to figure out, or well, when y'all and when people sit down and they try to figure out, well, who is to blame for this? Who is to blame for the answer is like quite simple. It's Travis Scott and Live Nation, and then you have other people saying, well, you can't put all of this on him. Yes, I can, because he told people to do it. When you tell people to do all of these kinds of things, I don't, and I've been hearing this too, like, people think that Travis Scott is dumb, And I don't like, I don't even mean to laugh, but like, I won't say that he's dumb. Like, you have to, at some point, you have to understand the power that your words have and the implications that your words have, especially with him marketing to a very, very young audience. I believe the people whose lives were lost, I believe the oldest was 29 and the youngest was a 9-year old. And then you have people trying to criticize the parents of this 9-year old, saying, well, why would you take your child to a Travis Scott concert? Not the time and or place. Have a little class. Like, that's not the time or place. And even if you're a parent and you make a terrible decision and you just bring your child to a Travis Scott concert, because I would never, I wouldn't go and I wouldn't take a child there. But let's say you are a parent and you make a bad decision and you bring your child to a Travis Scott concert, that don't mean that they should die. And we're not going to ignore the fact that Travis Scott actively markets to children and teenagers, so that isn't even the point there. If the children weren't supposed to be there, then have an age limit on the festival. Have an age limit on the festival if you don't want children at a Travis Scott concert. And don't market to them if you do not want them at a Travis Scott concert. The whole thing is just very, very bizarre. Um, and back to people trying to lay blame, in my opinion, this falls squarely on the shoulders of Travis Scott and Live Nation, because from the beginning you had people breaking through, like running through fences, overthrowing fences and all of that, which is behavior that Travis Scott actively endorses. He tells people to do these things, but you had people doing that. If it was anybody else, if anybody cared, if anybody gave a fuck about people and gave a fuck about their lives and endangering the lives of people, as soon as they saw that shit happen, everything should have been shut down. Because at that point, it's a security breach. Because people are running through, people are not even getting patted down to see what they're bringing into this place. People are not getting searched. None of this is happening. That is an automatic security breach. And then you have people saying, but oh, this has happened on several other astroworld. This has happened many times when Travis Scott is performing. Do you not see the problem? Do you not see the problem that anytime this man has a performance, you all are expecting people to pass out. Y'all are expecting people to faint. And now you're saying that it should be expected when Travis Scott is performing for people to die. You're blaming people for their own deaths. You're blaming people for the fact that all of these festival organizers, everybody just cut corners because, according to what I read, even the security team that was there, the security personnel did not have a license in Texas to be security personnel. So you are blaming people for their own deaths. The sad truth is, as soon as everybody walked through those astral world doors, their lives were in the hands of Travis Scott and company, and they failed them completely. None of that should have happened. All of that should have been prevented. Shut it down if you need to shut it down. But the thing is, just based on the crowd that Travis Scott attracts, the people that go to his shows and the people that quote unquote rage like this, I do believe that if he had shut it down like midway, mid set, that a lot of people would have died either way, because it's just him. It is literally just him. And y'all can say, oh, like, you're putting too much on him. You're putting too much on him. Look at the tweets. A lawyer told him to delete those tweets. It's the same reason why he won't apologize. And now we get to the fucking apology. There is no reason why Beyonce and her foundation should have been putting out a statement before you and the rest of your Astroworld buddies, Travis. No way in hell should that have even been an option. And then you pull out your Notes app apology. At the time, 8 lives. 8 people who paid money to come to your show, presumably because they're a fan of your music. Those 8 lives were only worth a Notes app apology. And then when people are calling you out, you get on your Instagram story, rubbing your head, rubbing your 3 braids, and just, oh my God, like, really? And adding the black and white filter for dramatic effect, is that all your fans are worth to you? Is that all a life is worth to you? I just and that's just my take on this. And to everybody saying, "Oh, like why are you suing? Somebody's dead." And the first yes, I'm going to sue. Yes, I'm going to sue because all of this was just gross neglect. Nobody cared. And that's the sad part. Nobody cared about lives. Nobody cared about people dying. Everybody just sees all of this when Travis Scott performs. Oh, well, people are going to pass. That's not normal. You just expecting for people to pass out and people to be unwell while somebody is performing, that is not normal. But for Travis Scott, it's normal. This is what he's normalized. Not to mention all of the other videos that came out after he like this is a normal occurrence. This is the type of behavior that he encourages, and I just like I can't say anything else but like I'm sorry, like extend my condolences to the families and the people who were there. Imagine living with the trauma after an event like that. Like that's just something that you are never going to recover from. I saw videos of people saying that they were just a lot like dead bodies were just lying on top of them. And I don't know, I think something is fishy. Something just does not seem accurate because based on the amount of carnage that people said were in surrounding areas, when people mentioned bodies just lying around them, I don't think that the actual I don't know. I think something is fishy. Something is just weird and something is wrong and it's just not right. It hurts my spirit to talk about it actually. So yeah, the only thing that I can do is extend my condolences to the families and people that were affected. And yeah, on to the next topic. This topic is kind of related to concerts. We're going to talk about Rico Nasty. I don't know what we have to do. I don't know what lawyers we have to contact. I am at a loss for words once again because we need to get Rico Nasty, all of us as a collective, we need to get Rico Nasty off that man's tour. We need to get her off of that man's tour. I don't know, like, I don't know what contract she signed, but I'm pretty sure if it was like a standard contract, I'm pretty sure that there's a clause in there somewhere for like reckless endangerment or job safety, job security, because why are people throwing glass bottles at Rico Nasty and the person that she's touring with won't say anything? And this is sad and it's not meant to be funny, but I saw somebody tweet that Iggy Azalea had to tweet at Cardi to Playboy Cardi to come see his kid or when his kid was born, and I chuckled, but it wasn't funny. Why why is nobody on the tour saying anything? Why is nobody doing anything? Why is nobody on the tour protecting Rico Nasty? I don't understand. She does not deserve this. She does not deserve this. Somebody threw a glass bottle at her while she was on stage, and she had to go in the crowd and literally confront this person because nobody there would do it for her. The DJ was in the back still playing sound effects. Like, we need to get my sister off that tour. I don't know what we need to do. I'm pretty sure, like, if she has a lawyer, she can get out of it still with the money that they promised her. Because at the end of the day, this is unsafe working environment. This is a hostile environment for a bunch of what? It's just not making any kind of sense. The next thing that I want to talk about is Chloe Bailey. Now, if you're on Twitter, like Instagram, I'm not on Instagram, but if you are on any like social media site, you have seen the video of Chloe Bailey that she posted on Sunday that is now taken down because a lot of people had so much to say about it. And here's the thing. Before we begin, I hope this is a safe space. I did not like Have Mercy, but my sister liked it, and it was a it was a good song for y'all, and she was out here performing it. I did not like Have Mercy one bit, but I let her have that. But on to the matter at hand. Um, Chloe Bailey could be naked. Um, Chloe Bailey could be doing have her clothes like Chloe Bailey could be doing a lot of things 10 times worse than what she's doing now, and it still would not justify the hate and vitriol that you all spew at this woman. I was there last year, 2020, wasn't that long ago, 1 year ago. I was there during the ungodly hour performances when y'all were saying Chloe should go solo. Chloe should go solo. Halle doesn't have any star power. Chloe is the star of the group. Chloe is the this. Chloe is the that. And now we get to this point a year later. Chloe is doing whatever Chloe wants to do, and now it's, oh, Halle is so demure. Halle is so sexy without having to try to be please, please shut up. Please stop it. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying that y'all can't feel cringe. Do with that what you will. However, it wasn't that serious for y'all to be carrying on and acting the way that y'all had been acting on Sunday, and to the point where she had to take down the video. Now, had it been me, I would have just been, I'm not hurting anybody. Like, the video's staying up. The video's staying up. But then again, I wasn't in her position. Y'all were out here comparing her to a porn star. And this is where I have to take pause and where, is this a joke or has it gone too far? Because the thing is, a lot of the people that I saw comparing her to a porn star on my timeline were people who I thought had certain values. So I'm just gonna say it here and just say it like this. You all can't say things about her being a porn star, making it or about her acting like a porn star, saying, oh, this is a porn ad. Y'all cannot be pro woman, y'all can't be pro sex work and pro everything else while still making these comments. Because a lot of the things that I saw, especially in regards to being a porn star or sex work, a lot of it was to make her feel embarrassed or cast some sort of shame upon it. And we've veered away from the Chloe Bailey topic at this point, but a lot of it was to like cast shame. And if you are pro sex work, then you should believe that there is nothing shameful about doing sex work. So then why would you try to use that as a tactic in order to shame her, in order, like, based on the way that she's showing her body, or the way that she's doing things. I'm not saying that y'all can't feel cringe. Like, I watched the video and I really did not care, but the way that y'all are hooting and hollering and carrying on when it comes to Chloe Bailey, like, y'all just need to, it almost feels like y'all are saying like, oh, well, she's hot, like, who does she think she is? That is how it is coming off. It's coming off as very like slut shaming, especially with y'all saying that it's a porn ad. Like, Chloe Bailey isn't a sex worker. So why would you use that to shame her in the first place? The last thing that I want to talk about is, no, not the last thing. One before last. I'm making a video on TikTok. I have been on TikTok, I wouldn't even say religiously, because I have random bursts of when I will want to get on TikTok. So I'll be on it for like 3 days straight, and then I take a break of like 5 days and then I'm back to scrolling again. If I have to listen to one more TikTok about somebody pulling out their great 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 grandparents' photos to prove to me that they're black, we're gonna have a problem, because the one drop rule really be kicking y'all's asses, and I don't know why that is. I know why that is. People on TikTok like to lie. All y'all do is lie, and I think it's something to do with the mode of content and the mode of creation. Because, so for example, I didn't post a video in like 2 weeks because I had to sit down think about the video. I had to film the video. The video is probably going to be, we've been recording for 20 minutes now. So the video is like a specific length. And then I have to edit the video. And then through all of that, there are various places where I can just stop, where I can evaluate something, and where I can deduce, okay, is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? But when it comes to TikTok, y'all just record and post your 60-second TikToks without a care in the world, and then you start lying. And I look at some of these and I'm just like, y'all are just lying here, and feel so bad for the girls that make educational race content on TikTok. Oh my god. Oh my, like, I could never do it. But that is a conversation for a different day. I'm still gathering my thoughts on the platform. I still find it weird how there's just only white people at the top of every sound. It's just a lot of things weird with that app, and it's the lying for me. It's the lying that is perpetuated by people not having to put in as much work. That's a lot. Okay, I'm not saying that people don't have to put in as much work when it comes to making a TikTok, but if you post something and somebody comments, you can literally just record in like the next 2 seconds and then just have it up like that. So people will, it's a very like fast-paced environment, and it just like there's no time for you to think about the things that you're saying, whereas when I'm filming this video, there's like a lot of instances where I can pause and be like, oh, is this a good idea, is it not a good idea? But anyways, a video on TikTok is coming very soon. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is Eternals. I went to see Eternals at the theater on Friday. Why did I say theater like that? Anyways, I went to see Eternals, and I just have to say, we need to have a serious conversation, and we need to have a deep dive about quote unquote critics and the people that we give the power to determine what is good and what is not. We need to have a real conversation about who dictates the worth of the things that we see when it comes to critics. Who are the critics of these movies? What are their intentions? And so forth. Because the way that they were hooting and hollering about Eternals, you would swear and say that it's a terrible movie. It's the worst Marvel movie, when in fact it's not. I think Eternals has some of the best characterization that I've seen in a while. Were there some things that I would have changed about it? Of course. But it was stunning. It was pretty to look at. All of the characters had, and well, not all, but I can understand how it might be difficult or logistically difficult in order to give each character a shining moment in the movie. I can understand that, but based on what we were given and based on what they had to work with, I think Chloe did they did a good job. The acting was good, the cinematography was good, the storyline was good, the way the things that were brought to life was good. Of course, there would have been things that I would have liked to change, but the hooting and hollering that y'all were doing when it came to this movie, saying how terrible it was, it's just incorrect. Like, it's not as near as bad as y'all were making it out to be, and I think that has to do with the diversity of film critics in the first place that could not get behind the diversity of the film. And that is also a video for a different day. But yeah, that is just some of the things that I thought about this past week. Once again, like, my heart goes out to all of the victims of Astroworld, and get Rico Nasty off that fucking tour. What else is in store for this channel? So later this week, I'm not gonna say what day because I will be posting a Bratz video, and it's gonna be so fun. The 20th anniversary of the Bratz dolls were in June of this year, and when I tell you mess mess went down. Mattel versus MGA, Bratz versus Barbie versus My Scene versus Monster High. I'm excited for this. Hopefully when I say I'm back this time, it actually means that I'm back and I will be back to posting at least 2 videos a week, because at this point there should be no excuses. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.